Okay, everybody, we're starting on time, which to me means we're starting late. So let me go ahead and do my checklist of things that I have to do. There's something to be said for organization.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, Marvin.
hey, how's it going? I'm
Uh,
getting off to a little bit of a late start, so I'm still doing
yeah, we have got.
my checklist
You still
of
doing your
things that I need to
checklist?
do. Yeah,
Cool.
I'm almost done. I've got to post the link a couple of places. So,
I just got a new iPhone because mine's dodgy.
oh gosh, well, I guess that's a good thing.
Because I'm still downloading stuff onto it.
Oh, okay.
Because mine's dodgy. So mine was dodgy.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get a replacement because it had battery issues.
Yeah.
So I had to get a new phone yesterday, and I also got a new Apple Mac
Mm-hmm.
laptop. So
Well, you're just doing everything new.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. I've had this one. It'll be 4 years in December, so maybe I need to look into getting a new laptop while they still make laptops.
cool. I had a massage today.
Oh, how'd that go?
It went really well.
Well, that's good. I had a massage one time. It was in Atlanta. They had the something called the Atlanta School of Massage, and it was only like $20 because she was a student masseuse or whatever. So
Yeah,
it was really neat.
this cost
So
me £15 for 45 minutes.
that doesn't sound too bad.
No, we're getting it done again in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Did you tell you to drink lots of water?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because it squeezes out the impurities.
the,
So
yeah, all the toxins. Yeah,
uh-huh.
I've got a topic for tonight, so don't worry about that.
Oh, okay. I've got one too. So that's good. That's good. Maybe we'll go with yours first as soon
Yeah,
as I get organized here or whatever. Uh, I gotta post one more time, and I'm trying to figure out. Last week we had a little bit of trouble with posting it in YouTube. It kept telling people that they were not authorized to start the phone call. So
yeah.
I don't know if
Hopefully, we
YouTube.
won't have that this week.
Yeah, I don't know if YouTube has put in another level of security
Security.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know
Oh,
because I
Stuart.
know
Stuart sent a message saying, "How is everyone?"
Okay. Well, let Stuart know that I'm okay, and I'm trying to figure out how to post this in. Okay, share what's new. I will share what's new, and what's new is going to be the link.
What's new is going to be the link.
Link, link to the. Okay.
It's been a pretty depressing week, but the highlight of it's been getting the new Apple Mac and then the replacement iPhone. So.
Okay, well, I'm glad the week is ending up better than it started or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of people have had a bad week or whatever. So, okay, so I think I've done everything on my checklist. So, let me do the housekeeping like I normally do, and then we'll get into it. First of all, we have three basic rules. No judgment. We don't do therapy here, and we show each other lots and lots of respect. And two of the easiest ways to do that is to stick with I statements. And then also we try to keep it PG or whatever, because we will be archived forever, or as long as YouTube is in business. So, okay, so that's the Hangouts, and I want to welcome everybody here. Anastasia, what was your topic?
Well, as far as my topic goes, in 50 Shades of Grey, there's a red room of pain. But in my topic, there's a red room of relaxation. And what would everybody have in that red room of relaxation?
Okay, that's very, very interesting. I think number one, the room wouldn't be red for me, because red's not a very relaxing color to me or whatever. Red to me symbolizes action. You know, it's the color of
Ah,
Mars. It's the color of the ruby slippers in the Wizard of Oz or whatever.
ah,
But so first of all, I think my room would be either a pale blue or a pale green. And then I think I would have my favorite books in that room, and some soft music, and probably lots and lots of pillows. And I think that would be about it. That would be about it that I would have in my room or whatever, if I wanted to get away and relax.
yeah,
And you know, I do kind of have that. I have a place where I meditate. It's not an entire room. It's like a corner of a room or whatever.
yeah,
And so I do have that to a certain extent. Also, I find that I have that with qigong,
yeah,
um, and I also find out that the more I practice qigong and meditation, the more the red room goes with me wherever I am or whatever.
yeah,
So that's a very, very good topic, and hopefully, as people are joining us or whatever, uh,
yeah.
we can discuss that more. I want to post a note
The,
on the YouTube chat just to.
well, mine would have music,
Mhm.
a soft, comfy bed, or
There you go.
a sofa, um, a bowl of crisps or chocolate, my favorite drink, which would be Coke or water,
Hmm.
my friends around me,
Hmm.
and just a nice chilled environment,
There you go.
somewhere peaceful.
Yeah, you know, when I sleep, my air conditioner is in my bedroom, which also doubles as my living room. I live in it's a small guest house that me and my father built or whatever. And
Yeah,
so when I go to sleep at night, what I like to do is I like to turn the air conditioner down about 5 degrees or whatever,
yeah,
and I shut the bedroom door, and then normally I read for about an hour, and that time it's usually time for me to go to sleep or whatever.
yeah. I listen
So
to music before I go to bed.
I find that if I listen to music, that actually wakes me up. I just kind of like to read or whatever, and there's certain things that I like
Oh
to read
no,
over and over again.
it's an audio book.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's an audio book.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting that.
Because I can't see. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I do have some audiobooks. I used to listen to them on my way to work or whatever. So,
yeah.
um, yeah. Okay. Well, no one has seemed to have found us yet or whatever. So we'll just keep on going, and hopefully people will join in later on. It has been a tough week for Joey and Jen or whatever. He posted a video. I didn't get a chance to look at his video or whatever. So, but
I
anyway, I
didn't
trust.
either because it's been a tough week for us.
Yeah, but I trust that
Yeah.
he's doing better. And I trust that Jen's doing better or whatever. So,
I hope Jem's doing better because it's been tough for them.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he was going to have a hangout Thursday night, and then
Yeah,
at the
he
last
did.
minute,
He cancelled it.
he canceled it. So you would think, I don't know. I thought maybe people in the summertime would have more time to do hangouts or whatever. But I guess it's just the opposite. I mean, it's warm outside and there's things going on or whatever. So
Something
you
must
want,
have happened.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, two things happened. One, the incident with Jen, and the other thing was that since he's gotten to Minnesota, he was actually going out more or whatever and
Yeah.
enjoying it more or whatever. But I hope everything goes well for those folks up in Minnesota or whatever. We just had another 5 straight days of rain every day.
Oh my God.
We had a little tropical. I,
Storm.
well, yeah, I think it actually made depression status or whatever, which is right below. I think it's 2 steps below being a Category 1 hurricane or whatever. But anyway,
How awful.
you don't mess with Bill.
No. No.
And as far as I know, he is still up in the Midwest someplace. He's probably up in Ohio or Pennsylvania by now. But
Oh my God.
we got several inches out of that, and we were not. We were on what is called the dirty side or whatever because
Yeah.
it hit west of us or whatever, and we thought it was far enough west of us to where we wouldn't get much rain, but we were still on the dirty side. So we got rain on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It hasn't rained yet today, but it is there are clouds in the sky. So, but that just gets
Horrible.
it gets really depressing or whatever. I don't know if I
Yeah.
have SAD, seasonal affective disorder or whatever. But if I don't see the sun for several days, you know, and watching YouTube videos of the sun doesn't cut it. You know,
No.
I get a
Horrible.
little depressed. I need to feel the sun on my skin and generate some vitamin D. So, but hopefully we're
Yeah.
out of it. We're out of it for another week or two until something else happens.
Yeah.
Uh, but okay. So I'll go ahead and get into my topic, and my topic is I'm going deep this week. I'm tired of being light and airy. I'm going to go deep. And my question is, what do you believe 100%?
What do I believe in terms of what?
No, no, in terms of anything, but you've got to believe it 100%.
Um. Oh, now you've got me. You've got me stumped.
Okay, well, while you're thinking, I will share what I came up with, and just off the top of my head, there's probably less than 10% that I believe in 100%. 10 things maybe, but one thing I believe in 100% is God. I don't know
Yep.
how to define God, but that's part of God or whatever. So I believe in God
Yeah.
100%. I believe in hope 100%. I
I
believe in
I
math.
do. I do too.
There you go. I believe in mathematics 100%. You know, if you understand math, you can understand how to do it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, just off the top of my head, is that I do believe that the universe operates according to principles, even though there again I don't understand all the
Yeah.
principles or whatever. But I do believe that there's an order to the world we live in.
Yeah.
And like I say, sometimes it doesn't look like it, and sometimes we don't understand it. but I think it's there. So
Yeah.
those are the four things that I believe in 100% today. And of course, it could change tomorrow. So
I do believe there is hope.
there you go. There you go. And wasn't that uh, a Greek myth or whatever, that Pandora's box, that was the only thing she kept in the
Yeah.
box was the hope or whatever,
Yeah.
and 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 that seems to be enough. It's been a tough week talking about hope. It's been a tough week. Once again in South Carolina, we had a shooting, and it's raised all
Did
kinds
you?
of. Yeah, yeah.
Really?
It was. I know it was Wednesday night because they were at a Bible study in Charleston, South Carolina. It was a historically black church, and a guy went in there and fellowshiped with him, had Bible study with him or whatever, and then at the end of the hour, he got up and shot everybody. And
That's awful. That is
yeah, yeah,
despicable.
yeah, yeah. They caught him, and the guy had a drug issue in the past, so I don't know that he was on drugs at the moment of the shooting. There's also a question of whether or not he's mentally unstable or whatever, but that doesn't appear to be a factor right now. Of course, they're going to do a battery of tests on him or whatever, but it's just
I'm glad
it's
they
just
caught him.
yeah, it's just really really sad because it brings up all kinds of questions about gun control, mental illness,
Yeah.
racism,
All
and
kinds of stuff.
yeah, but church shootings, regrettably, have been something that I've been aware of for at least the last 15 years. So just I guess people, there's always a danger when you go out in the public or whatever. So,
Yeah.
uh, but it's raised some interesting questions, and hopefully we'll do more. Welcome, Jamal. We're just kind of sitting around talking, waiting for everybody to
Yeah.
join us or whatever. So talking about different things. And if you would care to comment or whatever, we welcome your comments. We were talking about what would you have in your relaxation room was topic number
Yeah.
one, and topic number two was what you believe in, and you have to believe in it
100%.
100%. So
Yeah.
we were just kind of talking about stuff or whatever. So, but I don't know. It's just weird. Things happen, and we talk about doing things, and things don't ever get done, and then something else happens again, and
Yeah.
so so
Things don't always go to plan, do they?
no, they don't. Anastasia, have you actually met Jamal?
No.
Jamal is from the UK.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
Jamal, and Anastasia's from the UK. So
Yeah.
you guys should know each other. You're from the same country.
I'm from Chorley, Lancashire.
Oh, okay.
And
Which is 40 minutes away from where you go to. Is it?
mhm.
Do you go to university in Manchester?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I'm
then
from I'm from Chorley.
Oh, okay.
I think the young man named Dale Channel, also does hangouts or whatever. I think
Yeah,
he's from is it Leicester?
Coventry.
Midland. Yeah,
Coventry. Okay.
Coventry.
Okay, someone's from Leicester. I can't remember who because
I
I
can't remember
mispronounced
who
it.
either.
I mispronounced. Oh, that's my other friend. She's another friend in another circle. She goes to university there, and hopefully in a year she'll be a
Yeah.
professor of literature.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah.
Cool.
So she's looking forward to that. She wants to move to Canada and
Yeah.
teach literature in Canada. I keep telling her
Oh
how cool.
crumbs. Oh crumbs. I've just fallen off my bed.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just one of them things of being visually impaired.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But she typically falls off the bed almost every hangout. So, and she uh, always seems to be okay.
Hmm.
So
It sometimes triggers a switch as well.
yeah, yeah. So well, I'm going to see if someone's having problems getting in
So,
because I've got two people watching, but I don't have any comments that people are having a hard time getting in or whatever. Jamal, how did you get in?
You shared the link.
Okay. Yeah. I did. I've got
2 hours ago. Round month posted in BPD/YouTube. Delete.
I've got a
excuse,
no problem. I've got a
excuse me, iPad. Excuse me, iPad. What are you doing speaking, you stupid iPad?
and
The iPad.
that's a new iPad, so we'll give it some slack this time or whatever. Uh,
Yeah, I got a new iPad, a new laptop, a new iPhone.
there you go.
All yesterday.
hmm I am seriously thinking about doing something about my phone because AT&T just got slapped with $100 million fine or whatever for slowing
Oh,
down.
stupid AT&T.
Well, what they did was they promised people unlimited data or whatever. So you pay a fee, which is like $150 a month or whatever. And so it's supposed to be, well, that's fine. It's supposed to be unlimited or whatever.
Yeah.
And what happens is when you get to a certain point, everything starts to slow down. So that's how they control. That's how they control you. But the thing is, I'm with Verizon, and I pay a lot of money for a hefty data plan or whatever, which I'm not using. So I'm either going to go back in there and have them take the data plan off or whatever, and
Yeah.
just use my phone as a phone for and be able to check my emails and texts and things like that or whatever, and not worry about getting on the internet because that's
Unnecessary charges.
yeah, it's unnecessary charges, and the service, quite frankly, is getting worse and worse as time progresses or whatever. And I'm not
It's
sure if that has to
ridiculous.
do. Well, they're not. Well, I think it's two things. I think there's more people signing up, and the second thing I think is they're not taking care of their infrastructure. You
No.
know, cell
See,
phone.
I'm with Tesco Mobile, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So that's a problem or whatever. But I'm learning.
Hmm.
Oh, I
I
wanted to
hate.
share something else. While we're just sitting around here not really talking about anything, is that I went to a group for paranormal chat. I don't know if anyone's interested in the
Yeah,
paranormal.
yeah.
But
My
anyway, this
sister's into
guy.
all that.
Okay. But anyway, this guy set up a hangout for all the trolls
Oh
because
my god.
evidently as many people attack us in the mental health community or whatever, there are trolls that attack the paranormal community too. And so he just set up, he called everybody out, he named and he shamed everybody, he called everybody out, he sent them invitations, he unblocked them so he could send them an invitation and said, come in and talk to me and we'll hash this all out or whatever. And
Oh
of
my
course
god.
nobody showed up. Nobody showed up, but I thought it was brilliant. I thought that was brilliant. I thought, wow, I'd like to have the courage to do something like that or whatever. Of course, the easiest thing for me is just to hit the block button, and be done with it
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah, just hit the block button and be done with it. So, well, I got two people watching still. So,
Don't fall off the bed again, Anastasia, you stupid spoffer.
yeah, okay. Well, we seem to be doing okay in the different things or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh gosh, someone's going to have a hangout on Monday for the social anxiety community or whatever, and then I think Dale Channel will have his tomorrow, as he normally does or whatever.
I don't
And
seem to be getting invites to them, so I don't know how to. Do I have to ask him?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that would work. But he seems to be pretty open about his hangouts, about as far as letting people in or whatever. So, uh, but there are some mental health hangouts. We were just discussing earlier how people in our sub community, I guess you would call it, the DID
Yeah.
community, have kind of cut back. People have a lot of things going on, school and family
Like
and
Jess and Jamie.
yeah, Jess and Jamie. Of course, they were the ones that started this off in
Yeah.
our community. Of course, there were mental health communities way before them, but they were the ones that
Started this off, yeah.
yeah, the
Mhm.
DID, and so they have life. They have families and jobs and schools and I don't know what all. So, but hopefully, maybe in the next week, we'll get. Now, me not having a life or anything, I'll be here. I'll be here every Saturday, and
I'm hoping to start them now that I've got my Mac up and running, but I
okay,
don't know when and I don't know how, so I'm looking into it
yeah, well,
because I'm only just learning how to use my Mac.
yeah, well, I guess in the UK, the evening hours would be the best or whatever,
Yeah,
and
they
then
will be.
so you might be able to do something for people in Europe or whatever. It's the same way in America. Evening hours tend to be the best, but there again, it's in the middle of the night for the UK people or whatever,
Yeah.
which is why I'm doing mine early on Saturday afternoon. It's 2:30 here in where I'm at or whatever. So
Which is
uh,
why I'm gonna do it on a Thursday
yeah, like a Thursday, like at
at
8 o'clock or
8 o'clock
something.
yeah, eight
Yeah, that
o'clock
would
our
be
time.
that would be great. I think Joey's going to start doing his on Thursday nights because he's doing things on weekends now, which is great.
Yeah,
I'm really proud for him that he's able to go out and do things
yeah, I
and
am.
and have some enjoyment or whatever. So that would be great. You could do yours. It would be early in the afternoon here, and then he could do his later on or whatever. So
Yeah,
that'd be real neat. So. I'm also looking at other hangouts. I talked about a paranormal hangout. I think I'm going to go to that hangout on Monday or whatever. I got. I'll see if I can't find that name or whatever. So, because I got an invite for that.
did you?
Yeah. What I do is I go to these people's channels and I just follow them or whatever. And then normally when they do something, it shows up in my subscriptions. So,
Oh,
but since we're not really doing anything now, we'll just yeah.
Chance normally shows up, but
Yeah, but now she may be doing something too. I think she has a 12-step meeting she goes to on Saturday. So,
oh
and I
yeah,
notice
Mhm.
now I have been able to watch her videos, and this new therapy she's involved with seems to be doing her well or whatever. She seems to be getting a lot out of it.
yeah,
So she's like in some kind of intensive therapy or whatever, which is
yeah.
good. She's
Intensive
had some,
outpatient program.
Wow.
yeah, yeah. She's had some challenges too in the last couple of weeks or whatever. So family health problems and what have you. So.
I'm gonna start posting videos about my therapy.
There you go.
I know I shouldn't. I know I should be doing it earlier. Should have
Yeah,
been doing it earlier, but
yeah,
I am gonna start. Now I'm
yeah.
getting more deeper into it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna start doing it.
Okay, I've got the Dale Channel Live Sunday Night Chill to Hangout. I've got that. If you subscribe to Dale Channel, you should get
I
some kind
am.
of a notification.
I am
Okay.
subscribed.
Okay, then somehow it should show up in your subscriptions or whatever. So
It does.
okay, because he's doing his on Sunday night. I think it's 8:30 your time,
But
and then the other one.
I don't get an invite, so
Oh, okay. So he would have to invite. That's right. He would have to invite you personally.
yeah.
Well, maybe when you get your laptop up, maybe when you get your laptop up and running, he wouldn't have to send you a personal invite or whatever.
No.
I'm looking at uh, Joy's video, which I didn't get to watch, but anyway, it's an explanation. Evidently, one of his altars came out during all this thing or whatever.
Horrible.
So
It's
Yeah, I saw
horrible.
that.
Yeah.
yeah, but I was just really glad that he was able to do what he was able to do. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not very good in a crisis situation, so I'm not sure if I
I'm
could have
not
done.
either. I get really stressed out and agitated.
Yeah,
Uh
yeah. So,
oh.
but
Uh
evidently he
oh.
was able to do.
I've just fallen and it's triggered a switch. Christian's here.
Welcome, Christian. How's it going?
Not really good. It's
Yeah, I
not.
heard you had a tough week.
Yeah. It's really, really tough.
Yeah.
We struggled with really bad depression at the beginning of the week, but it ended on a really high note with the new laptop and the new iPad and the new iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, I've missed it in my subscription, so I don't know. Maybe it was an invite I got in my Gmail or something.
Yeah.
So I follow over 200 people, so I really got to cut back on that or whatever. But I'm just interested in so many different things, you know.
Yeah.
So politics and psychology and spirituality and you name it, you know. So okay, here it is. Her name is Lisa Emerald. Have you heard of that name?
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be,
Never heard of her.
well, it says Introvert Island, Anxiety and Goal Setting or whatever, and it starts on June 22nd, 2015, and it says it's the relaunch of my bi-weekly mental health hangout, which I guess she means twice a month.
Yeah.
Bi-weekly can mean every other week, or it can mean twice a week or whatever. I think she's talking about every fortnight.
Yeah.
So that's Monday it says 12 p.m. my time, which I think she's out. Isn't she out of the UK?
She's Canada.
Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so it's probably going to be I'd probably be 6 p.m. UK time or whatever. But anyway, I'm interested in doing that because I don't think Jamie's going to have her hangout this week. I think she's doing twice a month as well. And Jessica, I think she'll just do one if she has an evening off or something or whatever. So
yeah.
So that'll be interesting. So I like Canada, except it's too far north for me. So the older I get, the less I like cold or whatever. But you know what? The qigong is actually improving my circulation. So I'm kind of looking forward to this winter or whatever because used to when I was younger, cold didn't bother me, hot didn't bother me. You know, I would just go out and do my thing. So. So, but the older you get, the less you can do. So.
Oh no, I hate this. Another one's coming out. Caitlin.
Welcome, Caitlin. I heard you had a tough week.
Yeah, we did.
But it ended pretty good though, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
It really ended good because we got a new iPhone and
new equipment.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I hope you learn how to use your laptop pretty
So
soon. So
we're gonna get a friend to help us tomorrow and Monday and stuff, so we can get it up and running pretty quick.
yeah, and then you'll be able to do some hangouts and maybe even go
Yeah,
to some hangouts that you can't go to now. So
yeah,
that'll be good.
that,
I always encourage people to go to different hangouts and, something that you're interested in. It doesn't have to be about mental health or whatever, because we're more than just mental health people. We're
yeah,
people. So
yeah.
yeah. So I'll be interested to see what goes on Monday. So
We were all really excited to get the new laptop, but it cost a lot of money.
yeah. What kind of laptop is it?
It's an Apple MacBook Air.
Okay, that's a good one. I've had good luck with a Toshiba.
That was our very first laptop.
Yeah. Toshiba to me is kind of like the middle of the line or whatever. It's not the cheapest and it's not the most expensive or whatever. And but for what I wanted to do, it does okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I think it may be raining. I'm in a room that has no windows, so I can't see out, but I can hear. And it sounds like we may be raining again. So
Oh my god.
yeah, living in Houston is kind of like living in the tropics, you know?
What a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, you just get used to it. I mean, Thursday I had some things to do, and so basically I got up and I got out before it started to rain or whatever, and got everything done. So it's like, I don't know, it's like wherever you are, there's stuff you got to deal with. So you just learn to deal with it or whatever. So
Well,
yeah,
we have a guide dog, so we have to get out and that before the rain hits, and
yeah,
it's horrendous.
yeah.
'Cause the dog doesn't like puddles,
I
believe
don't
it or
blame
not.
I don't blame the dog. I wouldn't like puddles either or whatever. So
She hates them.
yeah,
She let me walk in them, but she won't walk in them.
yeah. Oh, did
Yeah,
you hear? I don't know if you heard about this or whatever, but Welcome Blue.
yeah.
We're just kind of
Welcome,
hanging
Blue.
out. We're just kind of hanging out and talking. But I saw the news this week, and I forget where it was. It was somewhere in America or whatever. But this bus driver
Yeah,
refused to yield. Well, he refused to stop or whatever. And so
yeah.
this blind lady stepped out in front of the bus, and her dog put himself between her and the bus or whatever. And
Oh my god.
I mean, it's something that the dog was not trained to do or whatever. But I guess just
No,
based
no.
on instinct, it did it or whatever. But to make a long story short, the bus driver, I think, got a hefty ticket, and the lady and her dog are going to be okay.
Whoa.
It has a happy ending or whatever. But and that's the thing about this country. People are just, I don't know what it is about driving, but when people get on the road, they think this road is mine and screw everybody else.
They're just so reckless.
Well,
Yeah.
we had a young man on a motorcycle get killed because someone, there's a legal term for it. I want to say failure to yield or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you're on a pedestrian, if you're a pedestrian or you're on a bike or a motorbike, you just take your life into your hands every time you get on the road. So
That's not good.
no, but I always try to be cautious about people that are running or on their bikes, whatever. Now the runners you gotta watch out for, because a lot of times they'll be listening to music, so they may not be paying 100% attention to what's going on around them, and
Yeah.
and sometimes not everybody on a bicycle, but sometimes people on bicycles will run stop signs too. You know, it's like we just have this. It's my road, and you better not be on it when I'm on it or whatever. So, We need to learn to share. Like we were taught in grammar school, we need to learn how to share.
Yeah.
So Marvin, you survived Bill?
Yes, I did, and you don't mess with Bill. I found that out. You don't mess with Bill. Bill came on land, I guess about 100 miles west of me or whatever.
Yeah.
Matagorda Bay?
Yeah, somewhere along in there, and so we were on the dirty side, but we thought we were far enough away we would avoid some of the rain, and we did avoid some of the rain, but we got our share of rain. So, and I haven't checked yet, but if it rained today, this would be the 6th day in a row we've gotten some kind of precipitation here in the Houston area or whatever. So.
Marvin, what time is it?
It is, I've got 2:41, which I think would be 8:41 UK time.
Cool.
Yeah. You have to take your medicine,
Not quite 9 o'clock yet.
but you have to take your medicine at 9 o'clock?
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Okay, we'll try to remind you. Now, Blue, I was going to ask you, you had remnants of a hurricane come by you, right? Or was that further west?
Passed off through Arizona, or parts of Arizona, and western New Mexico. We didn't get any of it.
Lucky you.
I'm hoping California got a little bit of it because they're still in their drought or whatever. So
Anastasia, for us in the desert, we need the rain because
Yeah.
like where I live, we only get like 7 to 8 inches of rain a year.
And you better be home today. It rains. My brother lived in the Big Bend area or whatever. He was actually he worked. He wasn't a ranger, but he worked for the I guess the Department of Interior or whatever. Whoever manages that park. I think part of it's a state park and part of it is a national park. But he said, you get like 8 or 9 inches of rain a year, and everybody has a cistern. So you better be there the day it rains so you can let the water into your cistern or whatever, so you can save some of that water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Bend is also out in West Texas or whatever. So I've never actually been there. I've been close to there or whatever, but I've never actually been to Big Bend. It's a bend in the Rio Grande River. So, yeah. There's a lot of places that I would love to go to that I haven't had a chance to go to or whatever. So, if I win the lottery, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me a motor home, and I'm going to see the world, or the part of the world I can.
If I win the lottery, I'm getting myself an eye operation and coming to America.
There you go.
To see all of you lot.
We joke about that or whatever, but getting together might be easier than we think it might be or whatever. So, I mean, Joy got a train ticket and boom, he's in Minnesota or whatever. So
yeah,
so it might be something we can do later on in the future. I'd love to come to Great Britain.
Yeah,
because I've got some Scotch ancestry and some Welsh ancestry and some English ancestry. So I'd like to come over there and see where my people came from, and
Yeah, I was born there, Marvin.
Born where?
Fakenham, South Creek, England.
Okay, wow. Okay, cool.
Parents in the U.S. Air Force.
Okay. So, were you born? You've told me your age,
Wow.
but do you mind telling us again?
Me?
Yeah.
I have to think about telling people ages.
Okay. Welcome, Miko.
We'll cover it in one word. I'm old.
Okay, okay, but your parents were not in England during World War II. Okay.
No, they were there in their mid 50s.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Miko. Huh.
Miko, what's the weather like in Oklahoma? Good. I sent Bill up there after we got done with me. I said, Bill, go on up to Oklahoma and say hello to the people up there.
Hey.
And I think Bill wound up in Pennsylvania before it was all said and done. So and the ground was so moist here in Texas that's why just say what's up. Okay.
What's
Bill's
up?
still,
What up?
Bill's still on the upper Mississippi River Basin right now, Marvin.
Oh, okay. Just checking the YouTube people. I still got 2 people watching, so
Wow.
I'm not
Whoa.
losing any ground. I'm not doing great, but I'm not losing any ground, and I suspect some
No.
people will
Yeah,
watch
you
this.
lost ground. One of them is me, Marvin.
Okay.
Whoa.
Well, I think some people are doing some things. I'm threatening to do a second mental health hangout every
Father
week.
Day weekend, Marvin. Remember, it's Father's Day on Sunday.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. I think my sister has
Oh
invited me
yeah.
and
I'm not
my
doing anything
father.
we don't celebrate it in our house because I'll tell you why. Because our dad was abusive.
Okay. Does UK have an actual Father's Day holiday?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay, but now your Mother's Day is different than our Mother's Day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your Mother's Day is in March, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then our Mother's Day is in May, so that's kind of weird, you know. But but anyway, I don't have big plans for Father's Day. I think me and my dad are going to go to my sister's house, and well, we probably won't even go to my sister's house. She likes to eat out all the time, so we'll probably go eat out someplace tomorrow evening. But
Cool.
nothing real big or whatever. I just anymore I take just a low-key approach to the holidays, so
Yeah.
try to keep an even keel about it or whatever. So I'm studying Taoism, and that's one of the things. As one grows older, one is supposed to spend less time in the world or whatever, and more
Yeah.
time in meditation. So, oh gosh, I'm sorry to hear that, Miko. I hope he gets better soon. So. That's too bad to hear. It just seems like this has been a really rough month for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, gosh, I want to call her Ollie, but I don't think that she goes by Chance in our hangouts. Her father
Yeah.
was sick too, but I think he's going to be okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. You shouldn't take the people around you for granted because you don't know how long they're going to be around you. So,
No, you don't.
you know, I lost my mother, and then 16 months later, I lost my brother or whatever, and
Jeez.
that was about the roughest time I think I'd ever gone through or whatever. But I
That's
made it, you
awful.
know. Yeah, it was awful, but you know what? I surprised myself because all the psychology, all the theology, and I studied all the philosophy, all that stuff uh, came to
You got
bear,
through it.
Mm.
You
and
got,
yeah, really kept me going or whatever. So
yeah.
and I know it just sounds kind of weird or whatever, but every now and then they will contact me in a dream, so I know they're okay.
Yeah. Oh, by the
So
way, it's Anastasia. I'm back again.
welcome back, Anastasia. It is 8:50 your time, so in a
10
few minutes
minutes.
you got to take your meds. So, uh, but yeah, there's not a lot that I believe in 100%. Those are the 2 topics we had. I brought one, and Anastasia brought one. Anastasia's topic was, what would you put in your relaxation room or whatever, you know. And then my topic was what you believe in 100%. And there's only like 4 or 5 things
Yeah.
I believe in 100%, absolutely, or whatever. So I was just thinking about Joey. You know, he's in Minnesota now, so I think that it's only like an hour difference of time change between there and where he was or whatever. But I think it's messed
Yeah.
up his sleep schedule. So I think I will try to send him another invite. Because sometimes the phone will wake him up or whatever.
It will mess up his sleep schedule, won't it? Because it's a different time difference.
Yeah, but it's just an hour. And you wouldn't think an hour would be that much or whatever. But
An hour, yeah.
okay,
Horrible.
yeah. Well, that's the thing about America. America is 4 time zones, but as far as TV and the media, they try to make it 2. So
4 time zones?
Well, yeah, 4 times. Well, more if you count Alaska and Hawaii or whatever. But on the continental United States, there's 4 time zones, and uh, and all the broadcasting gets done in New York and Los Angeles, and so those are the 2 time zones that everybody follows or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you're not in California, you get to watch New York time zones or whatever. And then if you're in California, they rebroadcast it especially for people on the West Coast or whatever. So
Whoa.
Anastasia.
Yeah.
Like for me and Marvin, we both live in the same state of Texas, but we're a little less than 1,000 miles apart.
Whoa.
Or what is that in kilometers, Marvin? Can't think right now.
I want to say about
1,200 kilometers?
probably about 1,400 kilometers.
1,400?
Right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're in the same state.
Yeah.
Blaming hell. That's a long way.
Yeah. Well, I tell you one thing. When I drove from Atlanta, Georgia to Houston, Texas, it was 900 miles. And then when you get welcome, Joy, and then when you get
Welcome,
into
Joey.
then when you get into Texas, it's another 1,000 miles just across Texas.
Oh my God.
How's it going, Joy?
Good. Just woke up.
Well, that's what we were thinking. We know you're in that new time zone or whatever. So you want to give us a little update on what's going on in Minnesota?
Yeah, went out again last night, and Joey was awake the whole entire night and got to be awake, hung out all night with me, and Jem hung out all night with her friends and everything.
Yeah.
It was just an awesome night. But I'll tell you what, I experienced something I've never experienced before. And this is why I said I needed to do this, because I didn't understand something. We had went to a restaurant to go meet some of their other friends, and we decided to eat while we were there. Well, after we left, we had to go to the bathroom really bad. But we held it and just sat in the car holding it, and it was so painful that it caused an anxiety attack inside my head.
Oh my God.
Right, I didn't know what was going on, and I realized when I was growing up that I was always told, you can't go to the bathroom, you have to hold it. You know,
Yeah.
you have to hold it. You're not allowed to, you can't get up and go when you want. You have to always hold it. And I realized with the body having to hold it like that, and me being conscious with everything that's going on with my body right now, that could have possibly started all my panic attacks by the body, because the body does not know how to handle that.
Yeah.
The body wants to go. It wants to go. It doesn't want to be told to hold it. And a lot of it had to do with, just being raised that way, and also being raised so embarrassed at public bathrooms, going to the bathroom,
Yeah.
Couldn't wait to go home, But it doesn't make sense. Why would you do that to your body if it's going to cause all that anxiety? Because your body starts...
Exactly.
Your mind automatically starts chasing, trying to see what's wrong, why your body's in such distress.
Yeah.
Is that a live cat behind you?
A live cat?
Yeah, it looks like something just climbed up on the shelf next to the ceiling.
Yeah, there's Watson up there. I'm sorry, that's little one up there, and then Watson right here on the edge right there.
Okay. And they
Cool.
like to sleep. They like to hang out next to the ceiling.
Oh yeah, they built a whole they have a whole catwalk,
Yeah.
and then the rest of
We
it.
have a tree that grows next to our house, and our cats will climb the tree to jump up on the roof. And they like to hang out up on the roof or whatever. So,
Yeah, they built a whole catwalk over here for the cats. It's awesome. They love it.
well, good.
Hey, Joey,
Yes.
if it's not too sensitive, how's Jim doing?
She's doing a lot of switching. She's starting to become really one of her alters that she thought was dead came back and started talking to me. We've been doing like our own therapy together, and her system's getting to realize more, but at the same time it's causing her to be sick. She missed the last 2 days of work.
Oh my God.
But she can't handle work, and that's the problem. She's getting all stressed out. She showed me something she wrote in her book before I even got here, and it says, yeah, we'll go to work and do what everybody wants us to do, but if time the first week comes, we'll be okay. Second week, we'll start getting sick. Third week, we'll just stop going, and fourth week, we'll just figure a way to fuck it all up. You know, like, she already knew what was going to happen before she even went to work.
Jeez, that's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now you had said that she gotten a proper diagnosis.
Well, we got her one diagnosis when we took her to the hospital. They wrote down that she has multiple personalities, and she has a diagnostic assessment on the 8th of next month.
Okay.
Good deal.
Yeah. If she can't hold a job, she shouldn't.
She's still in bed right now.
Yeah, but
one of her little alters came in this morning. She couldn't talk, she couldn't do nothing, and she laid in bed next to me, like cuddled up next to me. I was like, "What's wrong?" And she's pointing to her throat, and she's like sick, and she's trying to show me all her works information. And I figured, okay, I'll call in. She can't even talk to this morning. She's just so like.
Are you switching?
Yeah.
Who's with us now?
Ketsia.
Welcome. We were just talking to Joey. He was filling us in on what's going on in his neck of the woods or whatever. So, Anastasia, go ahead, Blue.
Yeah, Joey, is Jim trying to apply for a disability?
We're going to try to, yeah. The whole objective is that since I got my disability, I'm only going to take like $500 a month for myself. That's not taking away too much from the family, because then they still have, I think, $1,100 what they're getting from me, because I get like $1,600 altogether between kids, the wife, and me. So I'm going to take $500 a month.
That's awful.
No, it's not that bad. I mean, it's enough to survive off of, that's all.
That's awful. What's happening to her? Deb?
Oh, yeah. Not really. Actually, it's not awful. It's actually her realizing that, you know, she's starting to...
It's awful that she's sick.
Yeah, it sucks that she's sick, but it's the system that she's stuck in that's making her sick. You know, it's not her.
But
live a life and be able to do the things, you know, she can't do. It's like the rest of us.
Yeah.
We go out and do a normal job. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
People think that we can. They have no idea what it does.
You know.
They don't get it. They don't understand the concept of it all, and I don't think they ever will. You know.
No.
They think because we're willing and they think because we have able bodies that we're perfectly fine and we can just do whatever we want. And I really wish it did work like that, but it doesn't.
Yeah. And
Marvin, did you say it was medication time?
Yes, I did. It's 9 p.m. in the UK, so time to take your meds, and we'll give you a pass so you can do that or whatever. So,
Joey, will you
but
tell Jim our gangs wishes her the best, and we're sending good thoughts her way.
Absolutely. I've told her everything. She's actually watched, she was, when I did the one hangout, or we were just, I forget what it was, the first week. I don't know what it was, but she had her altars coming out while she was sitting here with me. It was like, I forget who we were talking to. We might have been, oh, we were in Jess's group. I mean, not, yeah, Jess had called us. You were there, Blue. You had stopped in. And she was, switching on cam in front of Jess and Carolyn and Blue. But it wasn't live or anything. It was just a private call. They had called to see how I was doing and everything. Miko was there too. Like, I was surprised. I kind of like, you know, it was kind of cool. Everybody came in like this video chat to just see how we were doing.
I kept getting asked.
Joey, I have a question.
Yeah.
You said we were there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You were in there, but you wouldn't turn your mic on or anything.
When was this?
Whatever.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday, I think. I think it was Wednesday.
Might have been, yeah. I don't.
Because I just remember most of my friends kept calling me, wanting me to record lines and stuff, and I was trying to get in the call.
Whatever day I made them videos, them rage videos, was the day everybody called.
Yeah, that was Wednesday. That was Wednesday.
Feel a little embarrassed. Sorry.
No, don't be embarrassed, Blue. You're welcome anytime you come here. You know, you wanted to come in and be there, I was happy to see you there. Don't be embarrassed, please.
But it was one of his altars, I think.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I accept all of
Okay.
you. I accept everyone. Don't you guys get it? I accept all of your altars as well as yours. It doesn't matter who yous are. Yours are all.
Yeah.
You're not one to me, but I accept every part of you. I'm not like everybody else. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, that one's out. We can't say. No, I accept all of you for everything you are, and I want you to realize that, yeah, this is real. You know, we live this, so might as well come to terms with it.
Yeah.
Who we are. There's no sense of hiding it. You can't.
But getting back to Jen, she's taking some steps that they're going to help her in the long run. So that's what I'm getting out all of this or whatever. So yeah, and I'm just really proud of you, Joy, for doing what you were able to do. I'm not sure I could have held it together to do what you did. So
I think I was meant to do this. If anything, I always said when I first woke up, the first thing I wanted to do is open up I wanted to get up enough money through musician to start another album, possibly, so I can get enough money to open up a new mental institution of thought, or start up a place where, where youth therapy would be done totally different than what people imagine today,
Yeah.
I have a whole concept of it. Like, you would sit at a board of 10 different psychiatrists, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your evaluation would be done by the board of 10. Okay, and then they would all sit down and look between all the records, the 10 of them, what they thought, and they would, come up with the closest diagnosis that they could between the 10 of them with their minds together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a guy that actually did something like that in France or whatever. He has a home. As a matter of fact, there's many homes, but the first one was started in France. It's the one he still lives out. I can't remember the guy's name, but he wanted a different way to help mentally retarded folks or whatever, And so they've set up a house, and I think he's a priest or whatever. But anyway, they set up a house, and there's a foundation that supports it or whatever, and half the people are what we would call normal, and the other half are what we would call mentally impaired or whatever, and they seem to get along fine, and they seem to love each other, and
It's
he's
not hard.
noticed.
You just need to, like I said, once you build something, it's not hard at all. You just need to build it. And like I always said, if you had two DID people together, you would make life easier for both them people. There's no more questioning. There's no more non-believing because we both know what we're living through.
Yeah, and I can't think of a better place than Minnesota, because aren't they? They're more socially aware than a lot of different
I
states
got
are.
freaked out. I got freaked out in here because we went out yesterday, like I said, and we stopped at a couple stores. And like I said, when we finally got to, and I had to go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom. Now there's no toilet paper in the bathroom, so I'm sitting in the bathroom. I'm going, I need toilet paper. So I text Jem and I was like, I'm in the bathroom stuck with no TP. Can you give me some? And she came over, like, we're in this big ass store. I'm stuck in the bathroom where everybody's walking around. She's bringing me the toilet paper. And literally, like, I was talking to myself. I said, okay, we're going to walk out of the store. The whole store's going to be sitting there laughing at us. So let's just, it's funny. It's embarrassing. It's one of the most embarrassing moments in my life. I said, so let's just, accept it when we walk out. Probably everybody will start laughing or applaud, whatever. I don't know. Fucking all I could think of is how embarrassing this was going to be as I get out of the bathroom. And I was actually talking to myself in the bathroom, trying to figure out like how we were going to handle this properly when we walk out the door and everybody's staring at us. And we walked out the door and like nobody was paying attention to anything. I was like, waiting to get wrecked coming out of that bathroom.
Yeah.
But
oh my god, I've just had a major accident. Eye drops spilt everywhere. Horrible.
Is there someone there that can help you?
Yeah, my mum.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're having difficulties this evening. But Joy, I mean, I think this would be something worth looking into. I mean, I would run it by Tom.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of resources that we're not even aware that we have. I had a buddy in California. His car broke down, so one of his friends set up a GoFundMe page. In like 2 months, he had $2,000, which he bought a used car with or whatever. So there are all kinds of resources out there that we're not even aware of or whatever.
So.
It's
on, so.
I mean, if you could buy, put together the funds to buy an old fixer-upper house or whatever, I mean, you'd be off to the races at that point,
Yeah, because I don't want to make it about money. I want to give people a place to come and stay, and have a safe place where they don't have to worry about spending money to get the right treatment or help. I want them to just come in and, here.
Right.
Here for you.
Right, but there again, there'd have to be there'd have to be some kind of financing involved.
I know.
Or whatever. Yeah.
That's the problem,
Yeah.
In order to start something like that, I would love to do like nonprofit foundation and just somebody put up the funds to get it going. You know what I mean? Don't put me in charge.
I'm just gonna ask Mom for a drink.
Right.
Let me run the house. Somebody else do the finances.
Falling downstairs.
Well, that's a great idea, and I know it's possible because I watched the show Intervention or whatever, I'm just
gonna get help because they're just falling downstairs.
Okay, all right.
Mom?
Be safe. Be safe over there.
Mom.
Okay.
I'm just falling downstairs.
But on the show,
I need a drink for my medication.
On the show Intervention, they show these type of houses all over the country or whatever. And somebody, had to start them or whatever. So, I know.
Can I have my drink, please? It's them on the call.
I think some of them were connected with churches. So.
Right.
Yeah. Houses that help people with mental health problems and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if it's in my path to do
drink for Jerry.
then I will. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm just walking the path.
Yeah, well, I think it's definitely something working, looking into or whatever. So, and like I say, there are lots of resources, and if we get Tom and some other professionals involved in this, who knows? Who knows what can happen? So, I'd be interested in being a house father if, as long as I have my computer.
That's what else you need. I don't need anything.
Yeah. We were talking about that was Anastasia's topic when she came into the room was what would you have in your relaxation room?
Yeah.
Really? That's it. What else do I need? Literally, I don't need anything. That's the funny part to me. All I brought with me was a laptop, my cell phone, my clothes, and my medications.
Mm-hmm. When
Literally?
I was like, what else do I need, really? Like, what other material object am I going to carry around with me that actually means anything or does anything for me?
When Gandhi died, there's a very, very famous picture of his possessions, and his possessions were, I think,
Somebody's getting feedback.
I'm going to see if I can figure out who that is. So,
It's not me.
no.
I don't even hear anything.
Okay. I'm seeing a little bit joy with you or whatever. So
Maybe because of
It's
what's
you,
it called?
Marvin.
The earbud.
For some reason, you went south.
I'll come right back then.
Not you, Joey. What is it? What I'm saying is when Marvin speaks, you light up. And it started when Marvin was talking.
Okay.
We're starting to get feedback across the board. What I would suggest, everybody shut off your mic, except
All right.
for when speaking.
That's really weird.
Yeah, we'll try that and see how it works.
Speak, Marvin. You're muted.
we all muted ourselves and nobody was talking.
That's really weird.
It fixed the problem, Marvin.
Okay, yeah, that it did, and I've recommended
It started back up.
in other hangouts.
Is it starting to back up? Then it's me.
Did it start it back up?
I don't know. Did it?
When Marvin started speaking, it started to feedback.
Is it still feedbacking?
I don't know.
Not with you, but with Anastasia.
Okay.
Yeah, she got some new equipment, so which she's really excited about.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I hear thunder in my background, so.
I just got a fan in mine. The fan's on in this here, so.
Yeah.
This stupid phone. I don't know if it's not me because I haven't got YouTube open, so.
I was looking at something. Amico said he says 100% he believes in equality or whatever, and
Yeah, I do.
I think so too or whatever. And by fits and starts we're getting there. Man, we're getting there, but so many people have to sacrifice so much for us to get there.
Yeah.
It's just really stupid. So.
That's better. I don't hear any feedback now.
Yeah, I don't either. So we're gonna have to just if we're not speaking, we're gonna have to mute ourselves, which is gonna slow down the conversation, but we won't have that feedback. So.
No.
So.
It's gonna bring back my favourite saying, but it's 60 Shades of Awkward.
Yeah, Marvin, I see a line of thunderstorms approaching you.
Well, what else is new? That just makes it day 6. So last Sunday, I think was the one day we did not get any drop of rain or whatever. So maybe tomorrow, maybe it just won't rain on Sundays for us. So
Hopefully not.
yeah, it gets a little depressing, but it's better. Before I condemn the weather, let me just say it's better than being in a drought or whatever. So
Yeah.
and this last time our bayous and drainage systems held out. So
Looks like you have some deep reds and oranges coming your way.
well, I'm not going anywhere, so bring it on. So
Yeah.
mhm.
Well, that's my medication finished for the night anyway. So goodness for that.
Okay. And you got your drink of water?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal.
After I fell down the stairs.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a
Okay.
slip misjudgment of steps.
Okay. Well, we've all been there.
Yeah, it looks like you might pick up an inch of rain, Marvin.
Well, what else is new? We can handle an inch of rain. An inch of rain is nothing. It's when you get 6 inches of rain in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the type of rain they got in Austin. That's the type of rain they got in Oklahoma or whatever. And when you get that kind of rain, you can be on a hillside and you're still going to flood. You're still going to flood because you can't handle that kind of rain. So,
What a nightmare.
yeah. But as I say, it's better than being in a drought. Now, I understand in the desert, if they get like an inch of rain in a short period of time, they can flood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
an inch or two of rain, Marvin.
Yeah.
It can't like in an hour. We won what 2 summers ago. We got 2 inches of rain in 30 minutes.
Mm. Mm.
Oh my God.
And you guys are just not set up for that. I know. When it rains in Las Vegas, it floods a lot because they're not set up for a lot of rain.
No, we're not. Most of our drainage, a lot of our drainage is the street.
Well, that's
because the sand, because the like you have in Houston, I know around Houston, y'all have drainage culverts and stuff.
Right.
Here, if we put in drainage, those types of drainage systems, they fill up with sand.
Okay.
Do they?
Well, we have some neighborhoods here in Houston where the roads are the drainage system or whatever, and you're not allowed to park your car in the road. And the streets are actually lower, or they're a lot lower than the houses or whatever. And for those neighborhoods, that is the drainage system or whatever. We have 2 or 3 of them in the Houston area, and that's where they send the camera crews whenever it rains, because they know they'll get some pictures of people flooded out or whatever. So, yeah, I've got a drainage culvert that I'm trying to clean out or whatever because it's kind of clogged up. I mean, it still drains some, but not like it should. So
No.
I dug out the 2 ends the other morning or whatever, and it helped a little bit, but there's something in the middle of it. I've got to get my dad, see if we can get something to. I know they make something that like a rotor-rooter or something. You get all this sand. I think we've got a lot of plants on one side of it, so I think a lot of it's probably just plant material or whatever, which would probably be easy to get out if we can get something in there to get it out or whatever. So, but like I say, there's worse problems we could be having or whatever. We haven't had a hurricane yet this year, knock on wood. So we should count our
Barely
blessings.
missed it, Marvin. You barely missed. 15 more miles an hour, you would have had a hurricane on your door.
Yeah, and if that thing had developed in the Caribbean or the Atlantic, you're right, it would have been a hurricane. And that's the other thing. I mean, this thing hopped up in about 24 hours. And normally when
Flaming.
you have a hurricane, you get like 3 or 4 days notice or whatever. I mean, we can see them barreling down on us, and it gives us a chance to prepare. And if we need to, we can bug out or whatever. But when it comes up one morning and it says it's going to be here the next evening, I mean, that doesn't give you a lot of time. So
No, it doesn't, does it? It doesn't give you much
Yeah.
notice.
no,
You had
but we
about a 48-hour time frame from the time it came off the Yucatan till it was approaching between Galveston and Corpus Christi.
yeah, and they didn't know where it was going to hit until it actually hit, because I record the different newscasts throughout the day or whatever, and first they said it's going to hit at 7 o'clock, and then I turned on the 11 o'clock news, in 11 o'clock in the morning news or whatever, and they said, well, it's right now coming on shore. So the thing had stalled on the edge of where it was supposed to hit, and I think it hit like maybe 50 or 70 miles south of where they originally thought it was going to hit or whatever. So forecasting,
It
I mean,
looked to
it's
me, Marvin, it looked to me like, and sometimes you have this in hurricanes along the Gulf Coast, the center will reform behind where the original center is or ahead of it, and that's what it looked like happened. You had a recentering of what would have been the eye, and it almost got to the point of having an eye.
yeah.
You could see on the radar, and at least on the radar, you could see a definitive, defined pattern of circulation.
Yeah, and that pattern of circulation held together for a long, long time because the ground was so moist here in Texas or whatever. So, but like I say, I think we dodged a bullet. I didn't hear about anyone dying. I mean, the showers we got in on Memorial Day, I think we had something like 31 people lost their lives in that mess. So we
Oh
were
my God,
lucky
that's
this.
awful.
We were lucky. Well, it hit us, and at night or whatever, people were coming out of the ball game, and we have some underpasses that flood, and everybody knows they flood, and they're supposed to be blocked off when we get a heavy rain, and someone didn't block them off fast enough, and so people would drive under these underpasses or whatever, not knowing how deep the water was, and the water was over their cars.
And the
So
cars got submerged in it.
right, and you can't get out fast enough or whatever.
No.
So
Basically, they drowned in it.
yeah, and what they need to do, they need to put like railroad crossing bars, so that when it rains, the crossing bars go off and people can't drive through there or whatever.
Yeah.
But this last time, the mayor of Houston and this chief judge of Harris County came out and said we're going to block these dangerous places off or whatever. And we have some interstates that'll flood. We have what they're called feeder roads, which are right next to the freeways, whatever. They flood too or whatever. But the safest thing is if you see water and you don't know how deep it is, don't go near it.
Exactly.
Because just 6 inches of water is enough to move a car that weighs 2 tons. So you think the water's ankle deep, I'll be okay. But you get in it and it can still move your car. It can still move your car off a bridge or whatever. I mean, so
Yeah.
So you don't want to play with water. That's one thing you don't want to play with. So
It's like they say, don't play with fire.
yeah, and I learned that the hard way. I drove through some water and lost my brakes. My brake pads got wet or whatever, and so I didn't have brakes.
God.
And luckily I was able to get. This is like 15 years ago, and luckily I was able to get the car to the house. No one else was as stupid as I was, or very few of us were as stupid as I was. And so I was able to get back to the house, or whatever, and by the next day the brakes had dried out, so I was fine. But I learned a very good lesson. You don't want to mess with water. I mean,
no.
So, but as I say, wherever you live, you got things you got to worry about. You know, if you live in the desert, you got to worry about scorpions and things like that or whatever. If you live in Florida, you got to worry about alligators and sharks. So, you know, everybody's got something they got to deal with. So,
Oh, you're talking
Yeah.
about real animals. I thought you were talking about like the other people in the world.
oh no, no, I'm
Oh
talking
no.
about
No, I'm
talking
making a
about
joke.
Real.
It was supposed to be
yeah,
funny. Haha. You know, we get
yeah.
it.
There's a couple of
Oh
shark
no.
attacks in North Carolina of all places. So,
Nah, yeah, I don't even know what we had back home. It was all city. Yeah,
yeah,
nothing like we had rats. We had rats. Rats the size of friggin' like these
like
cats.
beavers.
These cats ain't nothing. Like the rats would come out and were bigger than these cats, man. Oh my god. I remember my uncle. We were working one time. I was probably about 16, 17 years old, and I'm at my father's place, and this rat walked into our place, and it was me, my father, and my uncle. And we're sitting there, and the rat looks at us and stands up on its hind legs, and this thing looked like it was a goddamn alien rat. It was like standing up like 4 feet tall. I was like, "It's going to kill us." My uncle said, "Frig this!" Took the shovel and he whacked it. The thing stopped, looked at my uncle, and stood back up and started giving him eyes. And my uncle was like, "Oh hell no!" He beat that thing and chopped his head off with the goddamn shovel. Yo, we were scared of that rat.
Yeah. Yeah. They have some rats on the northeastern United States that they carry switcher blades and wear a leather jacket.
Uh huh.
And that's almost that bad.
We used to say that we used to say that the rats and the cats were like the Bloods and the Crips in Philly. They were the real gangs, you know. We used to make up little storylines where the cats would all gang up in the alleyway, be loading up like little Uzis and stuff, little switchblades,
Yeah.
you know, loading up all the weapons, and the rats were down in the gutters and everything, loading up with AKs and everything else, getting ready to do gang drive-bys and stuff like that.
They look
You
like
see them coming up to the
gang of
sewer,
the
shooting,
cats.
hats,
Story.
shit behind trash cans, shooting. The Bloods and Crips are at it again. Get out of the way. It's the
The
worst two
gang
things.
of the cats.
It's the worst two things that could get you in Philly is an alley cat and a friggin' rat.
Yeah. Stupid feedback again.
Yeah, it's because I unmuted.
That's okay. We can stand a little bit of feedback, I guess. You know, we're not the only ones that have problems with these Google Hangouts. The other community I was talking about, the paranormal community, they have problems with their Hangouts too. So a lot of different reasons, but problems. So I know. I know Dale was having problems with his Hangouts. He had to restart his Hangouts like 2 or 3 times, and go ahead.
Every hangout doesn't go far without a little spoff.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you know when you think you've done something, but you haven't done it, does that ever happen to anybody? I thought I had set this. I thought I had set this Hangout up or whatever, and then when I just went to activate it today, it said you have no events scheduled, and I'm like,
with the spoff.
because I'm sure Wednesday I did the promo video, and then normally after I do the promo video, I set the Hangout up. And I just thought I could have sworn I had done it or whatever, but I don't know if that's a senior moment or whatever. But next time I'll double check. And it was really no problem. Actually, I think it went pretty good this time. I don't think I have to start 15 minutes early every time or whatever. I can just start a couple minutes or whatever, and because it takes us a few minutes to get warmed up or whatever. So that's fine. So. Well, I was going to ask Joy, you going to have a hangout on Thursday night?
I'm not sure what day I'm gonna do it on now because it seems like you know Thursdays we can be doing things. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out still a way now to be able to live this life I got now that I just found
Well, that's
after all
good
these
because I
years,
might be doing one on Thursdays.
and still trying to keep here, as well. And
Yeah.
I will keep here as well, but I have to remember that it's the hours that everything, because everybody works and everybody does everything. That's when I'm not doing nothing. That's the perfect time for me to be able to throw a hangout. But everybody else is busy because they either have work or school or involved in this or doing that, and it's kind of like when's the perfect time? The Friday night hangouts were perfect when I wasn't doing anything because Friday nights, if mostly like everybody else, everybody's trapped, stuck in the house, so it's perfect for everybody. But I'm actually out in the world now,
Yeah.
living this life, not just talking about it all the time, and experiencing all new things.
Mm.
So I still want to do the hangouts. I still want to be with the community.
Yeah.
But
Well,
scheduling something now, when I don't even know my own schedule, is almost impossible.
What about
Well,
a Tuesday night?
Huh?
well,
What about
Monday
a Tuesday night?
afternoon. Monday afternoons seem to be a good time for Jamie to have hers.
Right.
So
Well, I'm thinking, really, I don't have to really host one. I mean, I could still put the invites out to other people's hangouts. It depends. I mean, instead of making a set day, because Jamie's got the Mondays going. Jess has got, excuse me, Wednesdays.
Jamie won't be having the Mondays for a few months soon because she's pregnant, isn't she?
Oh yeah.
yeah. But the thing about it is, if you could do one Monday a month and she could do one Monday a month or whatever, you keep the
Right, we can
Monday
at
thing
least get
going.
one a week going at least. I still plan on doing one a week. It's just that this week
Okay.
hit me by kind of like this whirlwind of life.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
understandable. That's
Yeah, I'm
understandable.
planning to do a Thursday one when I get my new laptop up and running properly.
Yeah.
At 8 p.m. on a Thursday, 8 p.m. UK time.
No, that's good. Of course, I don't think I'll
Because
be alive by that
obviously,
time. But
I was going to say the
Because of-
paranormal community, they just throw one together whenever they feel like it or whatever. I'm still trying to figure out what their schedule is, but theirs go on for 6 hours.
really,
oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
There's one guy in the UK, and they're all into this paranormal stuff. They have these devices where they can get
Marvin, there's
the
feedback
voices.
going on.
Yeah. Okay, that kind of stops or whatever. But anyway, they have these devices where they can pick up the spirits on these recording devices or whatever. And there's a term for that which I have forgotten or whatever. But they just will start whenever the spirit moves them or whatever. So if you're not on the computer, you don't get an invite to those things. So we're a little bit better than that or whatever. And I think just throwing the room open, I feel a lot better about not having to come up, play 20 questions or whatever every week. That if I bring a topic and if people bring a topic or whatever, and of course we just generally wind up talking about life anyway. So, and that's the one thing I was going to say. Uh, the Qigong is really helping me feel better about myself. It's giving me a clarity of mind. I have better circulation in my fingers or whatever, so I want to do some more work with that. So
I'm going to be having a massage every 2 weeks, which really helps my anxiety.
there you go. There you go. That's good. That's good.
As well as going to therapy every week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which I'm going to be
Well,
posting videos about.
that'll be good too. So that'll be very good. And And I'm going to be here every Saturday unless something comes up or whatever. So, and I don't think anything's going to come up until the fall. There's a chance I can do some more training in the fall or whatever. My group's trying to put that together. So, but I should have plenty of advance notice for that. So,
Yep.
but I think doing more than one a week is really. I think doing more than one a week is really taxing, no matter who does it. So.
Yeah, taxing. So yeah, is the word for it.
Yeah. Miko said something about Tuesdays. Tuesdays,
Yeah.
I guess, would be good for him. So, we just, it's the summertime, so people got a lot of things going on. So, I mean, family and stuff. So, I mean, so maybe we shouldn't have. Okay, he's talking about having one for Tuesdays for. I guess that would be for young people.
Yeah.
I know Miko had one for young people. So.
Yeah.
I guess it'll be about transgender and LGBT.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That'd be cool.
yeah, I definitely think we are moving in the right direction on some of these issues or whatever. So, I mean, even the Pope is more open about stuff like that than the old popes were. So, yeah, I think we're moving in the right direction or whatever. And that's the thing. People say, well, why can't we have instant pudding and in stuff like this? There's not instant pudding. In China, they say quick change is a generation.
Yeah.
In other words, you gotta wait 20 or 30 years for something to happen. So, and that's certainly been true in my lifetime. I mean, the stuff that people were arguing about when I was born in the 1960s, we are still arguing about the same stuff or whatever. So, but as long as we're moving in the right direction, ever how slowly, I think we're on the right path. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. But I'm still having issues with certain people in my family accepting my gender identity.
Yeah, and regrettably, I think it's always going to be the case.
Yeah.
I can remember.
They are coming to terms with it.
Yeah, I can remember sexual harassment used to be a problem in some of the companies that I worked for or whatever, and the answer was we're just going to have to wait till these old people retire or whatever,
Yeah.
And sometimes that's how you get change or whatever, and sometimes you can.
Brianna said she's feeling out of control.
Yeah, is she trying to get in?
No, she said she's feeling out of control.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's struggling with some stuff.
Yeah. Oh, there are people that are talking on.
Yeah.
Okay, they're talking on the. I guess it's a Google Plus chat or whatever. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing about this. I mean, I've got people in the Hangout. I've got people on YouTube, and I've got people on Google Plus or whatever. So.
Well, yeah, Charles is talking.
That's the way it always happens. It's hard to keep up with everything when everybody's, it's all in 3 different places because you can't bring everybody into one place so they could just come in and just, a lot of people just want to be on the live feeds.
That's true. And but if anyone needs to get in and you can't get in, please let me know through one of these avenues or whatever, and I will try to make it to where you can get in. So.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, I'm committed to hosting these things every Saturday just so that we can have a room. So.
We've got feedback again.
Yeah, and someone else was talking about having a hangout or whatever, but I forgot who it was. So anyway, if you need help setting up a Hangout, let me know, and we can get you some help in that regard as well, or whatever,
Yeah.
because I needed a lot of help when I began. So, and luckily Jamie and Joy and Jessica were kind enough to help me, get through my mistakes. So I'm ready to return the favor to anybody that wants to start a Hangout. And if you just want to try one out, I mean, it may not be for you, but if you just want to try one out,
Yeah.
So if we can get someone to do once a month, and just to have a room open. Yeah. Yeah, Miko said he had a test one or whatever. So, and that's the other thing. Sometimes it takes months for these things to take off, for the word to get out or whatever. So, but I mean, we were lucky. We had a community already set up, so we were lucky. So we had the infrastructure of support that we needed to get going. And I think that's the thing for the paranormal community too, or whatever. And I'm sure there are other communities out there. So that have hangouts. Lou, are you having trouble with Ma Bell?
Yeah, I was having trouble with Google. They kicked me out and wanted me to log back in, and then when I did, I ended up being 2 on your Hangout.
Yeah.
Showing up as 2 people on your Hangout.
I don't know what they're doing.
Oh my
with Google.
God.
I don't know what they're doing with Google, but one of the people that I follow, she said she lost half of her subscriptions. That she wasn't getting notifications or whatever, and she went back and she looked, and they had thrown her off of her, like she had unsubscribed from a lot of people on YouTube or whatever. And evidently it was something that happened on the Google side. So I don't know what they're doing. But anyway, I was glad to hear that Ma Bell got fined $100 million. And I was telling Anastasia earlier that I'm thinking about changing my my data plan that I have from Verizon, because I think they're doing the same thing.
Well, all of them are, Marvin. There is an independent group now trying to get everybody to check their speed, because it's looking like they're selling certain speeds to people and you're not getting them.
Yeah. What time is it?
It is it'd be 8:42 your time, Anastasia.
So 8:42.
Yeah.
9:42.
Is it not? Oh yeah. Is it? Yeah, because it's 6 hours. Yeah, you're right. 9:42. I'm sorry. I was thinking it was 5 hours, but that's.
I'm gonna get ready for bed.
All righty. Well, thank you for joining us, Anastasia. I'm sorry you had kind of a clumsy night, but I guess we all have those from time to time.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad your therapy's going well, and your massages are going well. So.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, you have a good week then.
Yeah, we'll do. I'm only going 18 minutes early, so.
Okay, that's no biggie.
Good night, Anastasia. It was nice talking to you again.
Night, Joey. Night, everybody.
Good evening.
Good night.
Night.
Yeah.
No, let me find it, Marvin, and I'll post it, and y'all can check y'all's your internet speed.
Well, I know mine has been slow, and also the coverage.
There's a website you go to that's called testmyspeed.com.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
It'll actually tell you what your download and upload speeds are on what you're receiving is back.
And you can also check it if you're on AT&T, Marvin. They have their speed, but you're going to find out what their speed is saying is different than Check My Speed is.
Okay. Well, I'm on Verizon, but like you were saying, I suspect that they're all doing this. Verizon, Sprint, all the big major ones or whatever. And I tell you something else. Used to here at the house, I'd have 3 bars all the time for a signal strength. Now I'm lucky if I have 2 bars. So something ain't wrong somewhere. So
before, remember when I said what I was going through at the attic with the modem? The new modem came in. I was losing all my connections. I couldn't keep anything connected and all that. I hooked up the new modem with the Netgear router, and we were still having problems with the signals. The new modems are not putting out the correct, what's it called, and they discontinued. Like, okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to hook up the old modem because that was giving me the speed that I wanted, and they told me, oh, we can't. That's disconnected. We don't have the software to re-enable that one again. I was like, but all I did is unplug it and register this other one. Why can't you just register it back to the modem I was using? You know, and they were like, because it's what's it called? It's they removed the software for it and everything. And I was like, so you removed the software from the older hardware that works better, and you created this new hardware that doesn't even do what it's supposed to do. I can hardly get a signal in my own attic of my own home on the Wi-Fi because I'm not getting enough output from you. That's a joke.
Well, the cell phone towers, they're not taking care of them anymore.
But I was having Comcast. I was having direct cable.
Yeah, something's not right somewhere. So
no, they're cutting everything down.
And here's the fact, guys. We pay more in the United States for this crappy internet than Europe does. Even the small countries in Europe have better internet service, faster internet service at a cheaper price than we do in the U.S.
I find it funny how when Ali joins us, he has no problems talking. No, he always has once in a while he might have to reset his router, but he's all the way in friggin' Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Well, see,
we're all
over there
in the U.S. and can't keep up with each other because we can't. Our speed keeps on cutting out.
If I'm not mistaken, that's a government-controlled system or whatever. So whatever the government says is what's going to happen, and that's good and bad or whatever. But I think what the company in our country have decided to do, and the regulators have said that they can't do this, they're going to start a two-tier system, and they're going to start a premium high-speed system for the folks that can afford it, and everybody else is going to go wind up with dial-up, you know,
yeah,
like we had when we first started. And they're already doing it.
Yeah.
So,
well, I've already
regardless of what
seen
the
so
government
many
says.
YouTube accounts so far going dark.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of YouTube channels like automatically just disappearing.
Yeah.
People putting out notices that saying they're shutting channels down without any prior notifications to anything, and these are just people talking about what they, you know, see, hear, you know, everything else, and all of a sudden they put up a video and their channels are going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the issues is we're running out of internet space
That's
as
true.
far as the hardware being able to handle the load. But here's the good part. They're about to get, in the next 5 years, we should have systems coming online that are satellite based. And when that happens, all these cable companies, AT&T, Roadrunner, Comcast, they're either going to have to give better service at a better price, or they're going the way of the dinosaurs.
Well, how many billion people are on the internet? Is it like 2 or 3 billion people have access to the internet now?
Oh, I don't know, Marvin. I don't remember the last number I saw on that.
But I mean, there's like 8 billion people in the world, or very close to 8 billion people, and if we get everybody hooked up to the internet, you know, I mean, there's going to have to be some infrastructure upgrades in order for that to happen. So either that, or they allocate like 1 hour a day to everybody, you know.
Yeah, but the amount of money they're raping some people on, like me, Marvin, our service, I was paying nearly $50 a month. I went to war with them and about their pricing and the system they forced me to get on. I had no choice. We were forced to use this one service, and after warring with them for about 4 or 5 days, I'm paying $26 as opposed to nearly $50.
Well, you know, I can remember having to pay for CompuServe and having to pay for AOL for my email accounts, and then I got mad when I discovered that they were giving away email accounts for free or whatever, and then that's when I closed down my CompuServe and my AOL, and I went to Gmail, which is free or whatever. So, but you're right, it's highway robbery. There's some people that I follow on YouTube that pay $150 a month or $200 a month or whatever for their what's it called, the tablet connection. These are folks that live in RVs or whatever. So if they want to have a connection to the internet, they have to pay for it. And for some of them, I mean, they have more than one device. So it's like your cell phone, a tablet, and maybe one other device or whatever for the data plans they use is like $200 a month if you're in an RV or whatever. And that to me just sounds very, very high. Like I say, I'm thinking about changing my data plan through Verizon and just saying, hey, take me off the data. If you don't want to give me any data, that's fine. I'll just have a phone and I'll text people or whatever. And
the problem is competition in a lot of places. Like where I live, for a long time, you only had actually one high speed and one other access. That was AT&T to getting any kind of internet service here.
yeah.
Now we're starting to have other small companies sprouting up, and the competition, they're going to have to drop prices and give better service. Like Comcast and Roadrunner, for example, Roadrunner. If Roadrunner does not change their policies and the service they give to their customers and at the price they give, Roadrunner is going to disappear.
Yeah. But generally, there's only like really 4 major companies that give cell phone service, right? AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, Cricket, and maybe one other or whatever. But basically, there's, to me, it's an oligopoly, and I know these CEOs have each other on speed dial or whatever, and they call each other and says, hey, I'm going to raise my rates 15%. How about you? And so they all decide to raise their rates 15. I mean, there's collusion going on, you know, so I'm like you. I'm hoping that there can be some more competition or whatever. But the federal government, you know, $100 million is nothing to AT&T. That's nothing, you know. I mean, that's just
you got to wonder when a countries like Latvia has higher speed available at a cheaper price than the U.S. does, something's really messed up.
Well, Miko says, "Damn AT&T." I agree with you, Miko. My dad's service is through AT&T, but I dropped them a long time ago. I dropped them a long time ago when they was charging me for long distance, and they weren't charging other people for long distance or whatever. All they're about in Mexico, they call it the bite. You know, all they're about is putting on these special fees or whatever, and fees you really don't need to pay or whatever. So I don't know.
Marvin,
But it's got
is either going to keep their prices low with me, or my next step is to go to satellite internet. The
Yeah.
satellite internet is becoming fast enough that you don't have to have all the nonsense and at a cheaper price. And I'm gone as soon as I can out of AT&T. They're gone bye-bye.
Well, we had when I first moved to Texas, we had cable for our TV or whatever, and it was horrible. It was horrible. And as soon as DirecTV came out, my dad was one of the first customers, and so we've been good DirecTV customers for probably 20 years or whatever. So and that's what happens. That's what happens. These companies get together, they raise their prices, and then someone comes in from the outside and says, "I'm going to blow you all away." You know. That's what Amazon did. You know, all these guys or whatever. That's what they did. And if you're fat and greedy or whatever, it could happen to you. So I've got about 5 minutes to the hour or whatever. So I think I'm going to make a couple announcements and then we'll take this private. So. To the folks watching on the YouTube channel, I appreciate you watching. We're going to go private now, and I wouldn't make an announcement about the other Hangouts, but quite frankly, I don't have any information about the other Hangouts, what's going on or whatever, but I will be here next Saturday at 2 p.m. Central Time or whatever, and just to have an open room, I asked that everyone would bring a topic. And so at this time, I'm going to stop the live broadcast. So thanks everybody for watching.